So I went to drive the dually to work the other day, Friday last week. I was going to show it to my district manager and a few other people. And, well, I was making a loud clunking noise in the front, and I didn't want to take a chance, so I turned around and brought it back home. Well, I found out the clunking noise. Not too bad. Easy fix. Show you real quick. So, yeah. Get my light on here. Let's see. Yeah. Relocated the shock is what they did when they built this truck. Just drilled a hole in the control arm. No big deal. Not necessarily the way I would have done it, but that's how they did it. I just got to get a bolt and a lock washer and make sure that it didn't come off again. When I rebuild this front end, I'll probably change that up a little bit because that's not the proper way to do it, but it works. I'm going to check the other side real quick, but just figured I'd give you all a heads up, and hey, I can still drive it as soon as I fix that. So trying to work on my dually so I can take it to a show on Saturday. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to. The lower bag mount was never welded in or bolted in on this thing. That, and I don't know if I can get to it right here. I never really grinded it down to smooth it out, and it's rubbed on the bag right there. You can kind of see the start of a hole, which is probably where my slow air leak has been. Well, I don't know, but it's not good. I'm not going to take a chance driving it on a bag with a small hole in it. Even though it's holding air, I'm just not going to take no chances. Really sucks because I don't have any money to fix it right now. So I guess I'll just take apart the front end and clean up all this mess. Do the stuff I can do for free, and then when I can afford some bags, I'll get some bags. But yeah, kind of disappointed. Really disappointed. Because the back welds and everything look good, but you get underneath the front, and unfortunately they got lazy, really lazy. Especially when the bag's not even freaking mounted. I pulled that out all the way. Don't think it was riding like that. I just happened to notice that it was sitting kind of funky when I let the air out of them. You know, so I could articulate and fix the shock. So I'm going to fix this correctly while I'm at it. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do just yet, but probably get a unit bit, get the hole bigger, and weld in a actual piece of pipe so that this actually has structure to mount to, because the passenger side is the exact same way. Yeah. Sucks, but it is what it is. I'd rather not damage the truck. As much as I'm enjoying this truck, I am not going to take any chances on driving it and popping a bag while I'm driving. So it will sit for a little bit till I can afford some bags. I know the bags that I got for the Ranger won't work on it, so I'm not going to use those. But while I've got it in the air, I'm going to change out the switches because this has up and down, front and rear. I've got a whole AVS switch box for it, so I can actually go front, rear, you know, in individual corners. So I'm going to rewire all the valves while I'm at it. So I say I'm going to do that. More than likely what's going to happen is I'm going to get two bags and fix the front and drive it. But I've got the switch box. I need to go ahead and do it. I need to work on the Ranger. I need to work on my Scout. And I feel really bad. I need to work on my wife's cars. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So working on the dually. Went ahead and decided to take the tire off, and I'm going to take the shock off so I can go ahead and find the nut that I need to fix it. Well, I'm glad this happened because it could be worse. I could have had a bag explode on me, you know, the front end come down and wreck it and all that and be really upset. So I'm glad that didn't happen. I'm not going to take no chances. let me show you what's going on. So I got it on jack stand so that I could actually take the, take the shock off. And while I'm underneath over here, putting the jack stand in, I noticed that right there, it's really jagged and clean. And if you can't see what I'm talking about, right there, it's really jagged and clean. Well, it's really jagged and clean because it's been rubbing on the bag. Because whoever installed this really did not do it correctly, put it that way. Also, another thing I found, you're gonna love this. Let me put my flashlight down. Bag's not even mounted in. Here's something like that. When I raised this up in the past, and I worked on it, I always had pressure in the bags. Well, because I wanted to take the shock off, I wanted to be able to put a jack underneath the control arm and move it around if I needed to. So I let the air out. As soon as I let the air out, I touched the bag and it moved. But I was also checking to see why it was rubbing right there, so to see how hard it was going to be to take it out so I can actually grind that down and clean it up. Yeah. So, yeah, that dually's going to be down for a little bit. Let me get up real quick. So, yeah, the bag's not mounted in at all. Don't know. I don't know. It surprises me. Because everything else it seems to be done okay. Well, I'm going to have to do some work on it. I'm going to fix that the correct way. I'm actually going to drill the hole out a little bit, put a piece of pipe in it, and actually make it a gusset so it actually holds correctly. Probably going to finish welding up the other side of the shock mount there. I'll take the bag out once I figure out how they got in there to connect to the hard line, because the hard line's connected. I'll take the bag out. Once I get the bag out, I'll clean up all that. I do not like right here that is such a straight cut. It has a little bit of a circle, but it needs to be better. That way there's not a place for crack or stress cracks. So I'm going to get it fixed. It's just going to take me a little time because I don't have any money. I just started the new job. I am doing my RV stuff on the side, but it's also not the RV season. It's hunting season, and most hunters know how to work on their own stuff. So at the moment, I'm going to do all the stuff I can that's free. Hopefully I can get a couple of bags that aren't too expensive. I need to do some research and find out what bags I want. I'm going to go ahead and once, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm probably going to turn this thing around and get it parked in a spot where it's not so in the way. Pull out the rear bushings, get those changed out, fix the rear shocks the way they should be. Be a winter project. Get it done. But it is what it is. Let's give you an update. Thanks for watching.